Oh, you got something. Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, we're good, Tommy. Now that we got all these gremlins out of the way, hopefully we can get going with this heat too. Right after this is over. What a finish! Yeah, they were pretty close there at the end. Or Blankenship was hitting the wall a couple times on those last couple of laps. I don't know if we caught that on the broadcast, but yeah, he was definitely wall banging there for six. But congratulations to everybody that made it, and going to be an exciting LCQ. Oh oh, yeah, the LCQ is the best race of every A squared weekend, so can't wait to commentate over that one. No, I qualified into the main by qualifying second. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for these guys to pass here. Mostly a one lane track from what we ran in practice, so it's just going to be how good you do on this restart and the start here. That sixth and seventh spot's going to definitely be where we're going to want to be watching. Yeah, we take 30. Yeah. Oh no, we don't. Oh, he's loose. And he's dead. Dead. Insta dead. Well, we'll see him in the LCQ, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Sears. Oh, wow. Looks like he'll be in the LCQ as well. Yeah. Yeah. He's missed out on a couple of these heat race finishes. He's usually somehow not making the heat races off of these, or he's usually in the LCQ. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he's solidly in here right now. Patterson's, I don't know, about 4 seconds back, 5 seconds. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't mess up and he can make it onto the main event. Yeah, Seth is trying to get out of the wake of his air because if you're stuck behind a guy with these cars and that diffuser out the back is just sending you a bunch of dirty air. So Seth's best opportunity is definitely going to be running out of his wake. But Joshua, he's a straight edge guy. He's doesn't make any mistakes usually, and if he is caught up in a wreck, it's usually somebody else's fault. So yeah, he's probably going to be your heat race winner here unless something catastrophic happens to him. I mean, yeah, Seth just got a speeding ticket, so I wouldn't hope he'd be slowing down for these heat races. But yeah, it's definitely right two to go here. So it's looking like they're just gonna stick where they are. There's really no reason to fight for it unless you're in the transfer or fighting for the transfer. But oh, a little bit of contact with the wall right there, but gonna keep it going. No big deal right there. Might have blinked out. Oh, there he goes. He just plows the wall. pretty solid top six here that made it through the heat, but sucks for Jacket. He's usually an ace here at Darlington, but looks like he's got the bad draw. So yeah, can't wait for this LCQ. Got a couple of good guys in there, and they're gonna definitely put on a show, even though they're all in the race. Yeah, and definitely some of those guys towards the back are gonna have to push it here. But yeah, like I said before, it's gonna be hard to pass, especially when the track is this slick and there's again only really one groove. But in 3 and 4, there are some passing lanes up there if you enter the corner high going into 3. But other than that, yeah, that's all you got really.
Stop audio. Mic audio. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna be coming to the green here.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Yes, sir, Bob. Here we go, coming to the green, and the green is out. Looking like the 20 car gets a huge jump on the start there. It's going to be side by side for second into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of contact with the wall with Sears there. And here they come off of turn 2. That's going to be tight. Side by side. Look at that. And down the back.
There's 20 cars still holding on that lead. If he's can keep it consistent, he should be okay. Looks like someone got a little squirrely behind him. These cars are loose coming off the corners. You got to watch out. Ooh, who's that coming up on the inside of him? Looked like he was going to dive it in. Didn't quite get there. It is tough to pass here with this setup. Cars are loose. Cars
Oh,
are tight.
27 on the
It's
wall off
crazy.
of 2. He got major contact there. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that, but they all kept it going. Oh, 50 John Smeals also in the wall. This is why we love the LCQ, guys. This is the best show of the weekend. I guess we didn't have a replay. So there we go. There's the battle for the lead still going on. Coming off a turn 2 there. Honeybrink, he's running away with this thing. I'm kind of surprised. He's doesn't really race up there at the front usually, but here he is in the lead of the LCQ. Good for him. He's outrunning some good guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it before, but the 5 and the 14 were side by side. 14 went in the wall. That's gonna give the 20 some room there.
Oh, but here comes Jacket. He's coming in hot and heavy on the rear bumper of the 20, going into turn 3. I think Jacket's really fast here. He did rip off the right side of the car, though.
It's all right. That's just less car to hit the wall. I'll tell you right now, if anyone can catch the 20 car, it will be that 5. The 5 is very fast.
Going into turn 3, I think Jack's really fast here.
I wouldn't count the 20 out though.
Rip off the right side of the car.
Yeah, he's definitely holding the zone up here. But Jacket, he's just getting everything off the corner, off of 2 there. He was just right up next to the wall as he gets loose. Man, I shouldn't be talking about him. I'm jinxing these guys. There goes Sears around the top again.
Like I said, these cars.
Test.
You know, I mean, you try and push it, and
Yeah, he's definitely holding the zone up here.
tough.
Jacket, he's just getting everything off the corner, off of 2 there. He was just right up next to the wall as he gets loose.
I mean, not really many other battles going on around the track.
There goes Sears around the top again.
It's looking like it's just going to be that battle for the lead.
Test.
So, yeah, Tom Sears. Oh, Donald Ray got loose again off of 4. Cody Riggs gets around him here. But Tom Sears looks to be closing in on the 20 here. Kind of surprised we even haven't a caution yet. Oh, yeah, for sure. Donald is one of the best at Darlington that I've ever raced against. So big props to him keeping it up there in the old 3 car. Throw back to Dale and Kevin. Oh, there goes Jacket again. He's loose.
He's definitely trying to push it. See if you get that pass. But thing is, when you slide, your tires heat up a lot here, and it's hard. It takes some time from cool down, and you'll just keep sliding. So it seems like that's kind of the trouble he's having here. Is he's got those tires all warm and hot, and they're all slippery. So.
Yeah,
and it doesn't help that the track temp is like 109 degrees out there. So these guys are not going to have a break if they get sideways.
yeah, but you know what? I mean, there's 3 to go here. You're not saving anything. It looks like Tom Sears is off the pace. Something happened with him. Maybe got loose there going into the corner. But
We'll go back and take a look. Yeah, it looks like he got loose just coming off the corner.
yeah,
Same
I mean,
thing, probably trying to push it for a run, got a little too loose, and
John Honeybrink right now, he's got about a 2-second gap back to Cody Riggs. Plenty of space between him and the second place car. Let's see if we can kind of get a view of this here. Here's Cody. There you go. About half a straightaway between the 20 car and that 3 car. So, as long as he doesn't have any issues, looks like he's home free here for an LCQ win.
Yeah, if I was Honeybrink right now, I'd be putting the little tree stand in my drink and having a great time, looking like I'm out on vacation, because you can just set sail now as the 3 and the 5 getting to the wall there off of turn 3.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little too far out here. We'll probably try to bring it in here. Get a better view of this. 3 cars under a blanket here. Donald Ray in the sandwich between the 3 and the 14 car. Like I said, some of these paint schemes aren't showing up, but we're going to work on that. Final lap here down the backstretch. Jonathan Honeybrink is going to bring it home in that P1, followed by this gaggle of cars here. It looks like it's Cody Riggs in the 3. Great run for him. 5 car of Donald Ray, followed by the 14 of Tom Sears. 50 car of John Smeal following him. 24. Oh, 24. Wreck. Coming across the line with David Hawk.
Coming across the line sideways. What a finish.
David Hack with the heck of a run there. Let's see if I could get. This is a Tommy Withers crash. Yeah, this isn't the same crash, but this is Tommy Withers having a rough go about it. Oh, this is right before. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But either way, I mean, great race here. You guys are going to get ready for the main. So looks like we got 5 minutes of downtime here. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, let these guys get ready for ready for the race and hopefully rectify some issues here. So stick with us. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking with us here. It looks like I finally rectified my paint scheme issue here. I mean, it would have been a travesty to not show these beautiful schemes. Looks like pole sitter here. We have Tommy Reynolds in that beautiful 7 Target car. Let's see if we can get the grid to show up here. Jeremy Briault to his outside, who was able to join us earlier in that beautiful 74 Taco Bell scheme. Let me try to get a little bit better view of these cars. So that's Tommy Reynolds there in the 7. 74 Jeremy Briault you see on your screen. Behind him, obviously Briley right there in the 18. He will be starting on the inside of row number 3. Joshua Gaiman will be starting on the outside in that 61 car that we spoke about earlier. Following him will be Toby Esses in the 19 car, Mountain Dew throwback scheme. That's pretty cool to see. 9 car of Seth Wansing on the outside. I believe that's a throwback to the Jeff Gordon metallic car or whatever it was. I mean, really cool to see that. Behind him, Kevin Feemster in that 8 Budweiser throwback. Everybody knows that scheme. 66 car of Trey Kirk to the outside. Tristan Catania and Ryan Pinnell bring up row number 5, followed by Alex Simkowski and Elrich George. In row number 6, James Kerr, Jacob Blankenship in row number 7, Jonathan Homebrink, and the rest of the field behind him as we're going to go to the front because we're going green. Pace car is off. Tommy Reynolds is going to bring us down. Waiting on the flagman here. Green is out, and we're off. Reynolds and Briault bring him in turn 1. Briault's going to get the run off the top. Great run for him. Try to zoom out a little bit, give you guys a better understanding of how far spread out these cars are already. Looks like most of them are single file here. '74, 7, 61, all under a blanket. 18 car following suit in the 4th spot, followed by the 19 car of Toby Esses. Then a little bit of a gap back to Seth Wansing in the 9. Not much. Nope, he's right on his bumper now. There's no gap between the top 8 cars about. Oh, Elrich George in the 40 car going for a little bit of a ride. They're able to save it. Good job on his end. And we got a little bit of a blink here from 74 of Jeremy. Hopefully that clears up. Looks like Tommy Reynolds just going to give up the position to the 61 there. '61 now into 7th place. That is Joshua Gaiman. Sorry, still getting used to the numbers. 7 car of Tommy Reynolds, 18 of Briley Wright. These guys are all chasing Jeremy Briault, who now has about a 3/4 of a second lead on 2nd place. A guy to look out for is that 19 car of Toby Esses. If you followed the broadcast from Dover, he had the field covered, and unfortunately, disconnection issues, or connectivity issues, I should say, forced him out of that race. And, you know, that was the only thing that was going to force him out of that race because he had the whole field covered. And unfortunate break for him, but expect him to be super strong here tonight as he moves into the 4th position. Going back further into the field right now is we have, looks like Jeremy's, we'll stay with the leaders here because the 61 is closing in on the 74 a little bit. Oh, God. He's super strong here tonight. Sorry. But yeah, the 61 car closing in on the 74 car. Looks like we got a battle here for the lead. 1/10 of a second between the two. You know, one thing that I got to consider is the 61 driving too hard too early. We know Darlington is a real tough track on tires. You don't want to be that guy that runs out of tires at the end of this race. Not sure how many sets these guys have, but we'll find that out later on the races. Also with stage breaks, which I'll bring up here in a second. Looks like they got 4 sets of tires, 1 on cars, so 5 for the total. We have stages at the end of lap 40 and the end of lap 80, so keep that in mind. Looks like only 1 fast repair, and we got 3 attempts at a green-white checker for this race. So definitely a lot to digest there. 5 tires for the whole race is going to be tough, and also that 1 fast repair. I just saw the 61 kind of just touched the wall, not enough to really give him too much damage, but you don't want to be doing that on a consistent basis here. You don't want to be hitting the wall because you burn up that fast repair and then you're stuck with what you got for the rest of the race. You want to save that fast repair as long as you can. Top 3 have kind of checked out here. The 4th place position of Briley Wright. Looks like we lost Toby Estes. Not sure exactly what happened to him. Don't see it on my overlays, unfortunately. But he is now back in the 8th position. Wonder if there's any damage to that car. Not sure. Can't tell from this point of view. See if I could get in a little bit closer. Maybe a little bit on that right side. Hard to tell from this angle. But either way, he's mired back in the 8th position. Expect him to be there at the end if he can keep his tires underneath him. So go back to the front here. Jeremy Briol still battling the 61 car of Joshua Gaiman. Tommy Reynolds has definitely held on to this. He's just waiting for the top 2 guys to make a mistake in front of them. Briley Wright's about 2 seconds behind the leader. Just kind of hopefully saving his stuff, and Seth Wansing in the 9 car. That is the Jeff Gordon throwback scheme. Really cool to see. He's mired back in the 5th position, up 1 position from where he started. We're going to go further back in the field here. We got 14 car. That's the Interstate Batteries car. That is Tom Sears. 14 cars, Tom Sears. He is in the 10th position, up 8 spots already. If you guys know Tom Sears, he loves this track. He's loved this track since basically the inception of ARC. He's dominated a lot of the races that we've had on console and some on iRacing, but definitely a lot more level playing field on iRacing. But one of his favorite tracks. Expect him to be good here at the end of this race. Behind him, we got the other Interstate Batteries car in the field. That's Jonathan Hohenbrink in that beautiful 20 car. That 20 Toyota Camry there. He is in 11th, followed by the 85 of Jacob Blankenship. Pennzoil car. The Pennzoil Shell car, if you guys watch the race today, you know that Shell car might be good luck here tonight. 48 car Tristan Catania, who's got a pretty decent size Darlington stripe on the right side of that car. You could see the right front's a little bit crinkled up. Tristan was nice enough to bless us with his presence during the Constellation races. So good to see him out there. But yeah, he's got some damage there. Behind him, Cody Riggs in the 3 car, that beautiful white and red with the black throwback to Dale Sr. Or actually, it's kind of a throwback to I guess that would be more Kevin Harvick. But either way, beautiful looking paint scheme. And he's running in the 14th position, followed by John Smeal in the 50 car. And we got a wreck. Right behind him, the 12 car. 12 car, Ryan Pinnell going for a wild ride there. Looks like he's got some damage on the right front. But if you guys have been following the broadcast all year, you know that is not a caution. That is 1 car, not 2. We require 2 cars for there to be a caution in A squared and most of ARC's events. But tough break for Ryan. He's going to probably need a fast repair for that. That's some significant damage on the right side there. Hopefully he can hold on to it till we get to lap 40, the stage break, or sooner, and get that car repaired. But that kind of brings us through most of the field here. We got 2 guys behind him, Tyler Patterson in that 27 car, Patrick Allen in the 45, who was already out. That didn't take long. He's from hometown New Jersey, big New Jersey. I think he's a New Jersey He's a big Jets and Giants fan. So shout out to Patrick Allen. Thanks for making the race. But we're going to go back to the front here. Jeremy Briel. Still with the lead in that Taco Bell car. 61 car of Joshua Gaiman right on his bumper. Not letting him get away at all. I wonder if one of these guys is saving, not saving his stuff, and it's the other person is going to drive away with him, away from the other by the end of the stage. But one of the guys that I got my eyes on is Seth Wansing in that 9 car. He's sitting back in third, about second and a half behind the leaders, just kind of biding his time. And fourth place, Toby Estes, who last time we looked was in 8th place. He's moving his way up, now up to 3rd. Toby's got a really fast car here. It looks like we're coming up on some lappers, but he's got a really fast car. A little bit of damage to that right side, but he is catching up to these leaders. We got a battle for the lead here in the 61, going low on the 74. Looks like the 61's got some damage too now. Hopefully that doesn't hurt him, because that 19 car is fast. As you saw, he just came right into the picture there. Looks like he was saving his stuff. He's got a really good long run car here as we get to coming around to lap 20 here at Darlington. That 74 scheme is a throwback to, I believe, the David Reagan front row motorsports car, the beautiful scheme there. And that 19 obviously is a throwback to, I believe, Jeremy Mayfield. But here we go. We got a battle for the lead. 61 going to make it dive down to the bottom, slide up in front of the 74. Looks like the 19 is going to go with them. Jeremy Briel going to fall back to 3rd place, while Joshua Gaiman goes to the lead. But for how long? Toby Estes is on a mission right now. Toby's been, a latecomer into ARCS, more of one of our recent additions in the last, I would say, 3 months. Obviously one of the fastest guys we have here, but he's exceptional on the long runs, knows how to take care of his stuff, runs a really clean line, as you could see there as they go into 1 and 2. Coming out of the corner. And, I'm sorry, that was 3 and 4. But he's going to give the 61 car a run for his money on the long run here. Jeremy Briel now falling back. Looks like he's got some damage to the right side of that car. He's about a second off the pace from Joshua Gaiman. Looks like he's kind of just hopefully saving his stuff for that stage break. Remember, the top 10 cars get stage points at the end of the stage break, which comes around at lap 40. But for right now, the only stage point that Toby Estes wants is that number 1 position, maximum stage points here, as he goes to the lead with 17 to go in stage 1. Toby stretching it out by a quarter of a second. Looking for some redemption after that Dover lag out that he had. Really unfortunate break for him, but it's a long season. A squared follows the Cup schedule here, so we have 36 races in the year. You got to be consistent throughout all the races, and Toby has shown that, regardless of his issues with lagging out, or one issue with lagging out, but he's definitely shown that he could be there in the long run. Looks like Jeremy has fallen back a little bit, now to 4th place. Seth Wansing in the 9 has got around him in the 3rd place. Let's go back a little bit. Bradley Wright in the 18 car. M&M's Toyota Camry. Oh, we got a caution here. What is that caution for? See if I can find that caution for you. It looks like Tristan Catania went for a spill. Let's see what happened here. Get a better angle. Sorry about that. Once again, thank you for sticking with me. Oh, 48 and 21 got together there. Oh, another car. Who is that? That's the 40 of Elrich George and the 12 car of Ryan Pennell, as if he didn't have enough damage there. We'll receive some more damage, and we are now under caution. But thank you for sticking it out with me. Obviously, Clayton couldn't be here. I don't know if it came through in the broadcast earlier, but best wishes for him. He's dealing with some medical stuff going on right now, and hope he's feeling better. But that's some big shoes to fill. So we're going to do our best, but also understand that we're going to have some gremlins here. So obviously the 19 car of Toby Estes bringing us down pit road, followed by Jacob Blankenship Joshua Gaiman in the 61 car. It looks like Jacob Blankenship stayed out here. Interesting call. I don't know if he's trying to. I don't know if he's trying to go for that stage win. Looks like we'll have about 15 to go, which is a long time on these tires. Also, remember, these guys only have 4 additional sets of tires, so some of these guys might be pacing. They want to. Maybe Jacob is looking to save his set for the end of the race and not really too concerned about stage points here. So actually, you know what? Let's try to bring Jacob into the booth here. Give me a second. Unfortunately, I do not see him in the Discord. So, but we'll bring another guy in here, a buddy of mine. Let's see here. Where am I? Patrick Allen, Thomas Andrews in the booth. You got a copy? Patrick Allen, Thomas Andrews in the booth. You got a copy? No, doesn't look like he's here, unfortunately. We'll try to get with him later. But definitely a great guy to listen to. Makes the broadcast worthwhile. But yeah, we got the choose cone coming up here. 85 car of Jacob Blankenship with the lead. Interesting to see where he picks here. Looks like the 50 car of John Smeal. Let me see the overlays. Looks like he stayed out as well. So 2 cars staying out on old tires. Going to be interesting to see how these guys do, considering how the fall off between fresh tires and tires that are 15, 20 laps old. So 2 cars in the front. I would hope that they would be cautious, that the guys behind them would be cautious and understand that they have some significant wear on their tires, and hopefully we could stay green here till the end. But as we got 2 cars going low, looks like the 85 is going to start on the outside, 50 car starting on the bottom of the front row. 61 of Joshua Gaiman will be on the outside of row 2 with our former leader, Toby Estes, on the bottom. Alex Simkowski, a guy we haven't talked about much today. I must have skipped over him. Beautiful 99 car there. He will be restarting on outside of the 3rd row with Seth Wansing on his inside. 14 car of Tom Sears will be on the bottom of row 8 with the 8 car, the Dale Jr. throwback of Kevin Feemster on the top side. Couple notable guys. David Hawk in the pits. He is looking like he is out. Tristan Quintana also in the pits, along with Elrich George. Take a quick look at Ryan Pennell. Ryan Pennell has not used a fast spare. I guess he's planning on using it at the stage break, but he's got no front end. So, but here we go. We're green. 85 car taking off with a great restart. Looks like the 50 car dropped out there before that restart to make sure he wasn't an issue. I guess he felt he had slower tires. He had worse tires than he originally thought. But 85 car with a nice jump. 19 car reeling them in here as they come off of 2. Sorry about that. 85 car still in the lead. 19 car following him up. And then the 61 car of Joshua Gaiman following him in third here. We'll stick with our leaders as we have 8 to go at the line. Caution is out. Caution is out. Looks like we have an issue with Cody Riggs here. Cody Riggs looks like he got loose coming off of 2 and just wrecked it in front of the field. Up, there you go. Got contact with the 7 car, and that brought out a caution. Unfortunate break for him, but maybe really fortunate break for the 85 of Jacob Blankenship, who is still on older tires here. Now I feel like you don't pit. You can't pit. You have to stay out. But we should only have about 5 to go in the stage. Good job by that 85 car to make that work. So hold on one second. Dustin, Thomas in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, Tommy.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining me here, making the broadcast a little bit better. I know you got to get up early tomorrow, but feel free to jump in whenever you want to. This has been a really good race so far. We got some awesome paint schemes here. Love seeing the paint schemes when we go to Darlington. But yeah, what do you think so far?
It's been a good race so far. Been very entertaining. It looks like one of the guys lagged out, unfortunately, that was running in the top. I think it was Jonathan Smeel.
Oh, is that what happened? He lagged out. That's unfortunate for him. He was inside of the front row and just disappeared. I missed that. So thank you for showing me. Looks like he's still in the pits, so he has yet to rejoin us. So that shows that we only have about, after starting with 24 cars, we're down to about 18 that are either on the racetrack without damage or not in the pits at least. So, battle of attrition here early at Darlington.
Yeah, Darlington leads to that, unfortunately. Usually causes a lot of wrecks. It's been interesting. Poor Ryan Pinnell has just been in about 3 or 4 wrecks already at the beginning of this race. Probably used up his fast repair, now just trying to salvage something out of this.
Yeah, Ryan seems to have no luck in A squared, but he's gotten luck in other series, backing into wins left and right. But no, we love Ryan busting his chops. But he's been really fast. Just no luck here in A squared, especially here at Darlington. Seems to be getting involved in a lot of other people's stuff. So yeah, he's there. It looks like he. Let me change my camera angle here to give you a better understanding. Yep, he's still missing that front end, but he's only got to make it a couple laps to the end of this stage, Dustin.
Yeah, I watched him earlier hit the outside wall and then got involved when the Withers accident and David Hawk incident happened. He got involved in that as well. So far, though, it's been an entertaining race. So you could tell Toby's really saved tires there and just really, when he wants to go, he can kind of put it on them. Passed a bunch of cars. I think he dropped all the way to 8th and then got up there toward the front.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of got into the wall earlier on in the race and then decided, you know what, guys, you guys go for it, burn up your stuff. I'll save mine and just drive around everybody. And that's exactly what he did. Maybe that's not what he thought, but that's what he did. As he takes the bottom here at the choose cone, looks like Jacob and Joshua Gaiman are going to take the top side. Seth Wansing, the 9, will be second row bottom of the track. And looks like the 8 of Kevin Feemster will be on his outside, unless there's a car there that I'm missing. But no, it looks like he will be. Oh, I'm sorry. Kevin Feemster will be outside the 14 car of Tom Sears. Tom Sears, a guy who started pretty much dead last in the field. I think he joined about 2 seconds before before the first heat started. So good to see him working his way through the field here.
Yeah, Lurkin has just, last night he won the truck race. Just has a way of making Darlington work. Maybe not the fastest qualifier, but at the end, he's going to be there.
Speaking of another guy, let's check on Donald Ray, a guy that we know is fast here. He's still mired back in the pack. Looks like he's in 10th in that 5 car. I know you love that 5 car. That's your boy right there. But
Yeah, not my favorite paint scheme. Not a Jeff Bodine fan. It's actually a pretty cool paint scheme. Love the paint scheme. Never liked Jeff Bodine. As we go green right here, the outside is always the preferred on the restarts here. Just get a better run off. And right here, the guy on the inside just has to worry about getting pinched down and spinning out and causing a big wreck.
Yeah, that 85 car got a huge jump. Definitely proving me wrong here. I thought he was a sitting duck on that restart, especially with John Smeal not being able to run that restart there and kind of hopefully put a little bit of a buffer between him and the guys with fresh tires. But he has kind of maybe not checked out on these top three guys, but definitely put some distance between him and fourth place. Which, I mean, listen, if he's saving a set of tires and getting some stage points out of it, that's a win-win in my book.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, guys are gonna. I think you said 5 sets of tires, so you kind of got to be careful with your tires here. Maybe want to save a set for maybe that late race caution, as we got a nice battle here for the lead.
Right. I mean, these guys get 4 additional sets, so the guys behind Jacob have already burned one. As we got the 19 car going below the 61, and they're going to probably burn another set at this stage, I would think. But maybe that's not the case. Well, I was already wrong. So, but here we go. Toby Estes up to second place, trying to hunt down that 85 car, but that 85 car is hanging in there on old tires.
Yeah, he is. 85 doing a masterful job right there, taking the low line approach right there, which is not the worst line at all. It's a really good line. It gives the guy maybe a little bit of the outside, but he's not going all the way there. He's kind of running in the middle, so it makes it to where that 19 is going to have to really get a good run on the high side, make sure he's clear, so they don't wreck as we come to the end of the stage almost.
Yeah, and Toby's a driver that he's not gonna wreck for a stage win here. He may pressure you and he's fast, but I don't think he's dirty like that. He's no Joey Logano, that's for sure. He as we come here, this is lap 40. Oh, 61 car getting really loose here. We got another lap here for this stage though, as we got the 9 car passing the 61. That's huge for stage points, but we'll get back to the front. 19 car hunting down that 85. Let's see if he can do anything here in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's got to hope that the 85 just makes a mistake and he can get a low run here, but it looks like the 85 blocks the bottom right there. So it's pretty much academic right here. The 85 is going to win this stage.
Yeah, good job by Jacob. He definitely proved me wrong there. I thought he was a sitting duck, like I said before. I wish I had him in the Discord so I could drag him in here, but don't see him. So I think we'll do one better here. Well, the second best driver in this stage, second finishing driver in this stage, Toby Estes. I'll bring him in here. Let's watch them get a little bit caught up. Give him a second, and see if we could talk to him real quick. Toby, this is Thomas Andrews and Dustin Painter in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Awesome stage there. We kind of saw you kind of back down in the fields, back down to about 8th or 9th, and then work your way back up by that caution, and then kind of just tell me how you did it, how you got back to the second.
Well, I spun out pushing the car too early, and then I got a little greedy, overdriving a little bit, and then I just I picked what I thought was the most consistent line to run to gain speed throughout the entire run, and thankfully it worked out.
Yeah, you did an awesome job. I mean, way to battle back in second position. You definitely got your hands full though with that 85 and 61 car. What are you thinking about tires? You got a tire strategy for this race?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 61 took tires on that last run or not. I didn't. I feel like honestly my car is better on the long run, so we'll see with this next stage and the final run we have here and see if we can't have something for the win.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth. I'll be hearing from you later on. But thank you and good luck going forward. I'll move you back to your team chat here.
All right, thank you, brother.
So interesting to hear from Toby there. I thought for sure that he took tires, but I guess not. And that kind of makes sense. Jacob with the awesome strategy there to stay out and get that stage win. And, like he was on the same tires as the guys around him. So really, well, at least the 19 car. So really cool to see that as we get ready to line back up here.
Yeah, be interested to see now with the new tires what these guys do.
Tristan Catania is your leader. He's one of the guys that stayed out there at the end of the stage. Remember, he was one of the guys that got caught up in that wreck. He might have been the car that actually spun coming off the corner, but he did burn a fast repair. That's a brand new car there. So makes sense that he stayed out, or at least didn't. Yep, I think he last pit on lap 25. So getting some points here, I'm sure, for leading a lap and seeing what that car does in clean air.
Yeah, clean air means a lot. I had it last night in the truck race. It felt like I was just 10 miles an hour faster. And then once I got to lap traffic, hit the dirty air and it just changed your truck. And I know it does that for the next gen as well. So that clean air may be good if he can hold off these guys for a little bit. And maybe he can lead a few laps, maybe get a couple cautions and kind of get on a different tire strategy.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful 48 car. I love that scheme. Kind of throwback to Mark Martin back in the day. But another guy that throwback to Mark Martin we haven't really talked much about today. Tommy Withers. Kind of want to give him a shout out because I think when I did give him a shout out before, my trading paints wasn't working. So beautiful Viagra number 6 car there. Mark Martin throwback. He's got a little bit of a Darlington stripe on the right side. I guess kind of a lot of it, but these cards are pretty resilient. He should be fine, and he's looking good. Another guy back there, David Hawk. He is, I think, no, it looks like he's on the lead lap. I know he got some damage there in one of those accidents in that 21 car, and then Rich Catania behind him, Richie Catania. I can't believe I called him Rich. In that 24 car, that William Byron car, Jeff Gordon throwback that really should have won the race today, but we won't go there. As we go green, 48 car, 9 car, your top 2.
Yeah, let's see if we get the 48 gets a good run right here. Get on the inside, contact already. You can hear guys. I can hear guys pushing it already on the restart, hitting the bumpers, green flags out. Catania with a good start.
Catania with a good start, with an even better start, the 85 car, but 48 car able to shut the door going to the corner. 85 in second, 19 in third. I'm going to kind of zoom out here a little bit, give you guys some perspective on how they run. One of the guys that I could see peeking his nose out over there, the old Donald Ray in the 5 car, he's moving on up. He's up to 7th place. He's up 10 spots from where he started, Dustin.
Yeah, Donald is just really good here at Darlington. Has a great feel for the track. So super fast. Just got to get some luck on this. Go his way this weekend. Get some of that. As Christian Catania goes really, really low, and they're wrecking behind you. Big wreck
Big wreck. Looks like Kevin Fieser involved. Looks like that is the 20 car of Jonathan Homebrink. Let's see if we could get a replay of what happened there. SDK does not really. Oh, here we go. So that's your third caution of the race. Feemster in the 8. Homebrink in the 20. Oh, looks like terrible luck for the 20.
Fieser just got really, really loose off. And unfortunately, the 20 was just right there, kind of like the Kyle Busch incident earlier today. He was just there to catch him,
Really unfortunate. Tough break for him. As I just figured something out. I just figured out how to get rid of that logo. But yeah, unfortunate break for him. Beautiful car there. I know he was really excited to run that scheme. So get that fast repair, Jonathan. Get that together, and we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you at the end of this race. But as we go back to our leaders here, looks like everybody's pitting. No, I'm sorry. A couple guys at the back are pitting, obviously, from damage. Looks like Ryan Pinnell has yet to use that fast repair. He's pitting the 18 car. I'm sorry, the 20 car, which we talked about earlier. Interesting to see if Tristan Catania stayed out. Yep, Tristan Catania did stay out. A guy who stayed out in the last caution. He got super loose there right before that caution. So I was thinking maybe he'd come down, but guess he's trying to save those tires.
Yeah, I guess hoping that there's a lot of cautions right here and have more tires at the end of the race. As we looks like the 3 is getting one of his laps back. It actually now puts him 1 lap down. We'll see if others go laps down here with the wreck right there. Only 1 car out of the race, 1 car a lap down. Everybody else is on the lead lap as of now. Like I said, with the wreck, not sure if the 20 will get a lap down there or not, or if he's out of the race, possibly. And then, of course, the Kevin Feemster with the damage he sustained as well.
Looks like he's still on pit road. I don't know if he decided to take a fast repair there. I think that damage was heavy enough to where, oh, no, he didn't take a fast repair, and he's going to try to run this around. I thought that was enough damage there that he would have to take one. But I guess these next-gen cars are much more durable than it looks.
If you hit in the door, it doesn't give you as much damage as you would think. I got hit in the door a couple of weeks ago in one of these things, and it didn't give me 2 total damage. Of course, the 20 lost the back end and the front end of his car, so unfortunately for him, that was definitely a fast repair.
Yeah. Well, he still has some damage, so I think he forwent the fast repair for the time being, but I think he's going to need it at some point here as he comes back down pit road again. But yeah, there's not much left of the front end and the rear end of that car, so he's got a couple laps, trying to stay on the lead lap here, obviously. But yeah, he might have to burn that fast repair right now. A guy that has had really terrible luck. I mean. We talked about Ryan Pinnell having really bad luck, but so is this guy, Jonathan Homebrink. I mean, he was just minding his own business and had someone spin right in front of him and just destroyed him. But, hopefully we see him later on in the race as we got the leaders coming off of 4 here. Choose cone, 85 staying high, 19 car staying low, 9 car will be second on that high line. 74 car, Jeremy Briel will be in the third position, second row bottom, followed by the 14 car and the 99 on row 3, 66 and 5 on row 4, and the 8 and 6 in row 5. That'll round out your top 10 there. A little bit further back, we got Joshua Gaiman, who obviously was super fast at the beginning of this race. He's got a good car. David Hawk and Briley Wright, Rich Catania, and Tommy Reynolds, a guy who, I thought he qualified really well here. Interesting to see him this far back.
Could be that he had a setup that was really good for that 1 lap and just maybe needs to just fine tune a little bit. The good thing with these cars is you can work a little bit of brake bias into it, a lot of brake bias. You can change back and forth as we go green. And maybe that's something that can help him out. So 85 gets a good start.
Yeah, 85 with another great start here. Toby S is falling in line second spot. Jeremy Briel charging back up into the third position. He kind of had a really good run at the start of the race. Faded a little bit. Now looks like he's got some fresh rubber under that car. 19 car with a strong move down into the 85.
Yeah, 19 trying the bottom right there. See if he slides up a little bit. Crowds 85. 85 into the wall a little bit. That should get the 19 to run off to get the lead.
Yeah, 19 car with a really good move there. Toby Estes, who we spoke to earlier, is now in the lead, followed by the 85 of Jacob Blankenship, 74 of Jeremy Briel, who's hard charging right now, 9 car of Seth Wansing, and look who it is, lurking Tom Sears, up 13 spots to the 5th position here.
Yeah, he seems to just get better and better. As we see the 74 Jeremy get really, really loose off, but Lurkin, or as we call him, Tom Sears, he just seems to get better as races run. He just seems to get more focused as we got a caution on the raceway.
Got a caution and none other than El Presidente himself. Unlucky. Let's see if this is his doing or if he just gets caught up in someone else's stuff. Oh man, looks like he tried to avoid this 27 car. Looks like he tried to avoid the 27 car. Looks like we got some pretty good view from the 48 on board. So we'll go back. We'll try to see this. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here.
Oh, tough wreck right there between Ryan and the 27.
Here we go. Here's Tristan wants us to see his in-car of this one. So, oh man, not much that these guys could do. I mean, looks like the 27 got loose. The 12 maybe overcorrected a little bit, but it was just too much, and both cars got pretty tore up for that. So, looks like good decision for Ryan not to use his fast repair there because he's definitely going to need it now.
Yeah, Ryan not too thrilled with the 27. Reckon that Miller Lite car looks like a smashed can pretty much right there.
That looks like it needs to
Just,
go to the recycling bin.
yes, it really does. Poor Ryan found every wreck and most of it not to his doing. I did see one time where he hit the wall himself, but just wrong place, wrong time. It looks like the three gets another lucky dog, and now the three, Cody Riggs, is finally on the lead lap right there. He was a couple laps down, being patient, just riding it out, trying to get back on the lead lap, and finally he's on the lead lap. We'll see now if everybody else in this race is on the lead lap or not.
Yeah, it looks like Cody Riggs is on the lead lap. He is scored in the 17th position according to my scoring. 18th of Ryan Pennell on the 18th with that fresh new car. That's a clean looking can. That's not going. The old one went to the recycling bin. But and then Tommy Withers here. It looks like he's on pit road. He is still on the lead lap. Kevin Feemster also on the lead lap. Elrich George. So it looks like we have about 22 cars. 21 cars still on the lead lap here. It looks like Tyler Patterson is the first car a lap down. Looks like he's got more than just he's got some significant required damage there. Didn't look like he had a fast repair left, so unfortunate break for him. But yeah, good to see that we still have 21 cars on the lead lap here now with Cody getting all those laps back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many just with these cars. These cars are just really hard to drive still on iRacing, and especially at a hard track as Darlington, just to see what the attrition will be like at the end of the night. It's good to still have this many cars still here, ready, to fight it out with about 20 something laps until we get to halfway.
Yeah, we're still got a significant amount of laps before we get to the caution, the stage 2 break. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring a guy in here who just avoided that wreck. Tristan Catania, Thomas Andrews in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
I'm here with Dustin, and I just want to kind of talk about real quick before we go green, what you were thinking when you split those cars there.
I just put my foot on the brake and everything went in slow motion. It was the slowest wreck that has ever happened in front of me. Yeah, time did not stop. Or, sorry, time did stop.
Yeah, that was a good job by you to kind of avoid that. It's been a little bit of a rough race. I mean, some torn up cars. Obviously, we had some really good green flag racing. What do you expect for going forward? Do you have enough tires to make it to the end? More importantly, what was your thought process staying out there?
I just wanted the bonus points. Plus, I hit pit right before, not really used my tires because a caution was pretty good on fuel. I figured there would be a caution. Just wanted the bonus points be up front, and then I'm just going to ride in the back the whole race because I used my fast repair. So let everyone take each other out if that's the case, and maybe I'll get a top 10.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm going to move you back down to your team, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. As we go green here, Dustin, 85-19, 19 the control car with a great start. Cleared the second place car by about 3 cars as they go into one. 9 and 74 side by side. You got the 85 car in second place here with a healthy margin over the 9 as they come out of 2.
Yeah, good start right there for the 19 on the 85, and then you got Seth Watson right there, just kind of just staying around third, second place maybe. Just it looks like he's trying to make a move on the 85 right here, but has been consistently in that top three as I hear more cars banging off each other.
We got a spin. Joshua Gaiman going for a spin here. Looks like, oh, a car did collect him. Oh, no. Ryan Pinnell in the 12 car. Oh, my God. Poor guy. I mean, nowhere for him to go, it looked like. It's not coming up on my SDK, but we can probably rewind it here and see exactly what happened from Ryan's perspective. But he now is without a front end, which is unfortunate because he just got that fast repair. And looks like the 61 car was just sitting sideways in the track. He went low to avoid him and just doored him.
Looks like the 61 and 66 made contact right there, and then Ryan just hit him right in the door.
And let's go back from 66. Once again, I know this isn't the best way to rewind stuff, but bear with me here. 66 on the outside of 61. Doesn't look like a 61. Maybe he thought he was going to get a little bit more room from the 66. Not the case, and Ryan just clobbered him. Unfortunate break for him. I think he's got to race a little bit more with Patrick Allen Jr. because Patrick Allen will help you with your wreck avoidance. So, Patrick, if you're listening, work with Ryan a little bit more. He's having some trouble. But tough break from him. And all joking aside, hope Ryan can continue to run this race, even though he seems like he's got some significant damage.
Yeah, the old president in the chat, not very happy at all, said penalize me. He's that upset right now. Just that kind of a night. I get it. You had that kind of night, you're just really, really upset and just so frustrated. You're like, you know what? I don't really care what kind of penalty I get tonight.
Yeah, I was going to bring him into the booth, but I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait a caution or two to bring him in here, and we'll see how it goes. But maybe a trip to the hauler after the race.
He's already mentioned that he wanted a few people to the holler. He was awaiting more or less with open arms.
All right. Well, we got some fire. We definitely got some fireworks tonight. So, Clayton, I hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying this, buddy, and I hope you're feeling better. But we got some fireworks tonight that hopefully will entertain you and everybody else that's watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know we've had some gremlins here, but I think we're trending upward. So thanks, Dustin, for sticking around with us. And this is fun. I've had a good time.
Yeah, it is. It's entertaining. These guys are putting on a show, and it's just, it's one of those, like I said, tough car, tough track. Just going to be really hard. A lot of leagues have probably been going through this where just dealing with, just this new car, getting used to it, and then just the unforgiveness of this track as well.
Yeah, this is my toughest track. Other than the road courses, this is probably my toughest track in this series, in this game, or simulator, whatever you want to call it. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't going to run this race. I knew we needed a broadcast. I heard we needed a broadcast earlier today, and I jumped at it because that that took any chances of me being in this race out of it and up in the booth where I can enjoy this and not have to worry about wrecking somebody because I know that would happen. So
Yeah, I was out to dinner, saw that you needed some help, and didn't have a race tonight because I was out to dinner. So I decided I'll come in and see what these guys are doing. Missed racing with them on Sundays. Just they start too late for me, and but I was like, hey, I can suffer a little bit broadcast tonight with you.
appreciate it. One of the guys that I want to give a shout out to, that 75 car of James Kerr. The last time I shouted him out, we didn't have a look at that paint scheme, and I'm trying to get everyone's paint schemes. It looks like a little crinkled up, but race arcs on the side. We appreciate that, James. Thank you for running with us here in arcs. Yeah, earlier I kind of singled him out, but I didn't have my trading paints wasn't working, so now that I got it working, I'm trying to get everybody. There's a couple guys I still got to get, but we're going to go back to the front of the field as we're coming to green here with, I don't know, we'll see how many laps we have left in the stage, but not as many as you would think.
Yeah, and also getting close to that halfway point finally. Guys can start really honing in on their fuel strategy and their tire strategies as we get ready to go green.
19 car with another really good jump. Gap in the 85 by another 3 car lengths. Looks like he went in the same exact place. But don't look now. That 5 car is coming. He is up to 3rd place. 9 car kind of gets stacked up behind him. 74 of Jeremy Briel going to go underneath him there. Those are teammates. 14 car of Tyler Sears.
One in the wall. Looks like Trey Kirk hard. I think it was Trey Kirk. White car hard into the inside wall. It looks like Donald Ray taps the wall. I think that was one car, unfortunately, for whoever the solid white car is. I think that may be Trey Kirk.
That was Trey Kirk. We missed it on the broadcast, or at least I did. But we did see him kind of going slow down the backstretch. Looks like the 5 car is super loose there. Don't see that very often, but 74 car able to get around him. Now the 14 car looking to go low on the 5. This is for your 4th position here, as these two guys run side by side coming out of turn 2, I believe. I kind of get this confused, but let's get, oh no, it was turn 4. Sorry, but we'll get back up to Toby Estes with a pretty good sized gap over the 85. Looks like it's about half a second here. Excuse me. And then another second back to Jeremy Briel in the 74 car, in the Taco Bell car. So a lot of the guys that started this race at the front kind of moving their way back to the front now. Jeremy, Seth Wansing in the 9. Oh, Seth's going for a ride there. I was just giving him props, and looks like I cursed him a little bit. Tough break for him. Go ahead, Dustin.
Oh, got the 48 almost loose right there as well. I mean, just guys really struggling right here, maybe on some older tires. But yeah, see Seth get back up there and get back into the racing groove. A lot of guys just struggling right here on that with that balance. How hard do you push it? Do you kind of just save your car? Still got over half of a race left to go.
Looks like we had a crash here, but it looks like it was on pit road. I don't know. He just stopped. Sorry. False alarm here. I'm going to go back to Let's Go Live. Apologies for that. But yeah, I saw it on my SDK overlay, but looks like he just stopped on pit road and towed. So unfortunate break for John Smeal. I apologize for not really shouting you out. I think I got you earlier, but that was before the stream was working. So tough break for him. Thank you for putting all this effort into these paint schemes. But we're going to continue to race here as we come up on lap 70 of 147 here. We got 10 laps to go, 11 laps to go till the end of the stage. We got blink out of Toby Estes. Toby Estes is
out.
Gone.
He is out. Yep. He is lagged out and
unfortunate. I cannot believe it. 2 weeks in a row leading. Dare I say dominating. And he lags out. I don't know what. Whoa.
Yeah, that is so frustrating and so just. I haven't seen him disconnect completely yet. It shows him as out. I do know Trey Kirk is disconnected. He is out of the race. Unfortunately, with his wreck right there, I don't think he could probably gotten the laps back. But have not seen. It looks like Estes has finally moved down the board right there. He keeps dropping further and further back, so more than likely he has disconnected.
Real tough break for Toby. Let's see if I see him in the Discord. He is still in the Discord. I'm not going to bring him in here. That would be really rude.
Yeah,
but
looks like he is out right there.
Yeah, he is now being scored a lap down, at least one. Real tough break for him. I mean, can't believe it. 2 weeks in a row. And from a guy that doesn't typically lag out, I mean, I have never seen him lag out of a race up until Sunday nights. I don't know. I don't know if it's something to do with his connect. It's obviously something to do with his connection, but I don't know if it's something to do with his connection on Sunday nights versus Thursday nights or Monday nights. But we've never seen an issue with Toby even lagging. So really unfortunate break for him. Awesome guy, awesome driver, and yeah, really tough to see there.
Looking at the board here, I'm trying to see if maybe he is still actually in
He's
this race.
he's back
He
in
is.
here.
He is, and he is not a lap down yet.
Really odd to see because he's did he lag out of the race but continue to drive until his connection picked back up and they just didn't score him?
It could have possibly been. It looks. I mean, and I'm hoping that it's maybe our app right here, Sim Mine. I use Sim Racing apps. Maybe it is a little bit off, and maybe he's in the lead. I can't really tell, or if he's not. It's really hard. It's showing him in iRacing as 19th, so I'm
Right.
going to take iRacing for their word, and he just stayed with it. He's still in the lead lap. He's still got half a race to go. That's plenty of time to get back up there.
Yeah. Well, good to hear he's still in the race and still on the lead lap. Looks like he's pretty much last car tail end of the lead lap here, just from really a scoring error. Really tough break, but Jacob Blankenship is now our leader in this 85 car, so we're going to concentrate on him. Second place, he's stretched out about 3 seconds over Jeremy Briel in that 74 car. Something that I learned about Jacob, he's a guy that very quiet guy that we don't hear from much, but we ran that 87 race on Friday, and he was a guy that was able to save his tires for the entirety of the race. I mean, when guys were blowing tires on lap 30, he was still going strong on lap 50. And those 87 cars are tough to drive. So, not shocking here that he's getting better as this race goes on. And he's really starting to stretch it out between second place, Dustin.
Yeah, he is really doing a great job of stretching it out. Also, a guy that we said was down and now is back up is Tommy Reynolds, back to fourth place, about 6 seconds back from the leader, but it's rebounded back and gotten back up there. We were talking about how he had the pole and then dropped all the way down. Now he's kind of made his way back up, and then just doing a pretty good job of keeping in the top five here, just past halfway. We just passed halfway a couple laps ago. Not sure when the end of stage two is, but we got
Lap
to be getting
80.
close to. Yeah, so we're getting really, really close.
Yeah, I got a couple laps here to the end of the stage two. Tommy Reynolds doing a really good job. I wonder if maybe it was a strategy move there, saying, okay, I don't like the way that they're racing up here. I'm going to drop to the back. I'm going to, fill up with fuel to make sure I can make it and just kind of stay out of the accidents. But or maybe he's got that car dialed in now to his liking. But definitely doing better. Up to the fourth position. Behind him, Donald Ray, your top five. Briley Wright, a guy that qualified really well. One heat, one, I believe. Started.
Oh, we got one in the wall. Sorry, Kevin Feimster hits the inside wall with the 8 car. I saw it on my screen. I know you probably had it on a different screen. It looks like he was able to continue. A lot of damage though to the left front of that car as he looks like he's going to try to stay out to the end of the stage.
Yeah, he's got to stay out and make it around as we have one final lap in this stage. Kevin Feimster trying to limp it around, stay on the lead lap, and make it through to get to pit road and repair that damage. But a guy that's been struggling a lot with his handling off the corner is Feimster. We saw him get loose earlier, collect the 20 car, once again hitting that inside wall. Hopefully he gets a handle on that car. And he's there at the end. But for right now, 85 car, Jacob Blankenship, he is your stage one and stage two winner. So he's really racking up the points here.
Yeah, it looks like he has the car to beat. Question is, how will the strategy fare? Will we get some long green flag runs for stage three? It'll be probably about 64 laps, 63 laps to go when we go back green. Will he split the stage? It'll be interesting to see how these guys handle this next few laps in this last stage.
Yeah, definitely. something to watch going forward if he's going to be able to maintain that that advantage going forward. Because now we got guys who everybody was kind of on different strategies there, right? We had guys who had, as Toby said, guys who had taken tires and guys who had stayed out. We saw Tristan stay out. Now we know everybody's coming in, right? If you're not coming in, you're probably just trying to get a wave around or something along those lines. But I don't foresee any guys staying out and not taking tires here. We had too long of a green flag run to really make that work. So it'll be really interesting to see how quick these guys are, and also how Toby does being at the back of this field.
Yeah, Toby's gonna have to really not use patience here. He's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to at least make up half the guys with about half the stage. About 30 laps in. He needs to pass half these guys. Hope for a couple cautions to get some track position. Just really have to probably lean on a different strategy than the rest of the guys.
Something that this A squared offers that a lot of other leagues don't is the choose cone rule, the choose cone. And you can, if you're a guy like Toby, you can pick up a lot of spots on pit road. I'm sorry, during the choose cone. As we have James Smeal here, John Smeal, I'm sorry. I want to give him a shout out. Look at that car. It's the 50 car. Looks like the Good Wrench car there. Pretty cool scheme, flat black, matte black, I should say. Smeal Racing Designs, want to give him a shout out. A little bit of pink in there too. Cool looking car. So definitely wasn't able to give him a shout out earlier, but giving him a look now. But yeah, I mean, getting back to our leaders, it's gonna be really interesting how these leaders do, and keeping an eye on Toby as well, because we know Toby will line up around. He's being shown now in the 14th position. He's got a clean car for the most part. If he can work his way up to the top 10 on this choose cone, he could be there at the end.
It looks like the 18 of Briley White, got end of line penalty for going through too many pit stops and going to the left. It looks like he was arguing this case with race control about it, and they're going to talk about it afterward. But I hate that for him. It's just a rule that we have had here in ARCs. You can't go through too many pit stalls. You got to be to the right and not drive. It looks like he drove through about 10 pit stalls, is what they were saying.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate break for Briley. He's got a really good car. He just hasn't had the luck, kind of like Ryan. Had some really bad luck. Had a really good run at Bristol Dirt. Other than that, I think he's had some really unfortunate runs. I think he got third place last week at Dover, if I'm not. So he's definitely been turning it on lately, but has had some really rough luck over the course of the season. So hopefully he can get back up there by the end of this race. But right now we got the 74 and the 85 on the front row, the 99 and the 9, row 2, followed by the 14 and the 21 in row 3.
Yes, we'll see if these guys get a good restart or start here. It looks like the 85 with a nice start right there.
Really good restart by Jacob Blankenship in the 85 car. Gap in the field by a couple of car lines. 74 car looking to reel him in, charging hard into turn 1, right up to his bumper. Really good run there. Going to try to get him coming off of 2 here. Pulls to the inside. Does he got enough room? He does.
See if he drives it deep in there. See if he tries a fly job up in front of him. Looks like he's definitely got a maybe to 85. Just thinking, I'm just going to ride right here, save a little tire. Don't have to be in any hurry. Hope that there's a long green flag run here that's just to show his muscle like he's had on these long green flag runs.
Yeah, I wonder if that 85 car is just telling Jeremy in his head, saying, you go there, you go up there, and you run your race and burn up those tires. I'll be here for the long run. But something with A squared, we have so many cars that with the stage break, it's hard to get a long run in. But if you're going to have a long run, it's going to be in this final stage.
Yes, it is. Like I said, by now you're hoping everybody's kind of figured out what they've got in this car, where they can push it, where they can't push it, and hopefully that leads to some long green flag runs. Not sure what the fuel will be. I don't know what the fuel window will be, but I figure probably about 30 laps would be close to your fuel window, maybe 28 laps, somewhere around there would be your fuel window. That's what it was in the trucks last night. Is about 25 to 28 laps. So be interesting to see if the guys are kind of saving, thinking more in the big picture of that second part of this third stage.
Yeah, it looks like as we say that these guys are kind of like content with running single file here. Um, you know, we got a 4-car breakaway, and then we have the 99 car of Alex Simkowski here in the 5th position. Good to see Alex on the track. He hasn't work schedule has kind of stopped him from running with us on a consistent basis, but whenever he can, he's always there and he's always fast. Guy behind him, David Houck in a 21 car.
85 got loose. Sorry, Tommy. 85 got loose up there. Have not seen that out of him all race long. He lost the position to Seth Watson, so Seth moves in the second. Sorry about that. But just that caught my eye right there, looking at the guy who's kind of dominated stage 1 and 2, really struggling here.
Yeah, really, you didn't see that coming. Wondering if maybe he didn't take tires there. And he's loose again. Really loose on the bottom. Hopefully he doesn't come up in front of the 21 car here. He does, but looks like these guys are 3 wide going into the corner here. 20 car backing out, or 21 car backing out a little bit here. But yeah, that 85 car has been on a rail for the majority of this race, and to see him get loose is pretty I don't know, unexpected. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him, as he's now in the grips of the 20 car, who's made a really good the 20 car of Jonathan Homebrake. He was involved in one of those early wrecks, destroyed the front and rear of that car, but was able to keep his faster pair until this final stage, and now he's running in the top 6. So hunting down Jacob Blankenship, who has dominated the first 2 stages of this race.
Yeah, he has, and I just wonder if maybe some guys have done different pit strategy right here versus other guys. Not sure. You never know. We just cannot actually see the live pit stops. Don't know if the 85 maybe didn't take tires, but I know right now 85 really struggling as you see this battle heating up right here for about 5th position.
Yeah, this is wild here. 7 car of Tommy Reynolds, flexing his muscle, trying to get around that 20 car and the 85 car at the same time. 20 car super loose there on the high side. 18 car behind him. We know he's got a fast car.
I was gonna say they've got a mad driver in the 18 right now. He got a penalty. He's up on the wheel and more or less saying, you know what, I don't care about tires right now. I got a point to prove. I got a fast car. Didn't like the penalty. And when you're a little mad, sometimes you get up on the wheel as he hits the wall right there. Oh, there's gonna be a big caution.
Oh no. Oh man, a bunch of cars involved in that. Exactly what you said. 18 car pushing it too hard. Looked like he got into the side of the 20 car. We'll see here. Replay. I don't know about that. It looked like the 20 car may have thought the 18 was going to give him a break and didn't. And man, the 20 car is a big hole.
Yeah, that was a tough break right there. Looks like the 18 was going underneath the 20 car, and they just made contact. Almost one of those weird. I'm trying to see, get a better camera angle here. Trying to see if there was actually contact. Yeah, definitely contact. 18 spins the 20, 61 nowhere to go, and then 20 and 21 and 8 get involved. 19, Toby Estes gets involved as well. Just huge for a lot of contenders right there.
Yeah, big time. 3 car involved as well. The 61 car had some damage there. Tough break. We were just talking about how good Jonathan was doing in that 20 car. I know he's super frustrated there. Looks like the 21 car also got involved in that. Obviously, the 18, Cody Riggs in the 3, Kevin Feemster in the 8, I believe, was involved in that. Toby Estes definitely got some damage from that. So expect to see him come down pit road. Yep, he's down pit road already, getting service. So he was working his way up. He was up to the top 10, and that happened to him. Looks like 7 car of Tommy Reynolds was able to kind of get through that. He was right in front of him. So fortunate break for a guy that the 85 car, Jacob Blankenship, guy who was struggling there. This allows him to kind of come down pit road, maybe get four fresh tires, maybe do a pit adjustment, something to get that car to handle right, because he was firing on all cylinders in stage 1 and stage 2, but the handling definitely went away in stage 3, whether that be he had old tires or made the wrong adjustments. But now he's got a chance to reset and work his way back through the field.
Yeah, he does, and yeah, I mean, like I said, had a great car all race long. One thing that could be, that factors into this, it factored into my truck last night, is the rubber on the track. The rubber for that third stage in the long race really will make that car or truck really really tight.
Yeah, I think that one of the coolest things about this simulator or game, whatever you want to call it, is the fact that the track changes, especially in dirt. That's where you notice it the most. But the track changes as the race goes on, and the line changes, and you have to be able to adapt, or you're not going to be able to compete. You can have a great car in qualifying, you can have a great car at the start of the race, but if you get halfway through the race and this track is rubbered up, you're gonna have a different handling car than you did at the beginning, and I think that's one of the coolest things about this entire game here.
Yeah, we'll see now the guys that there's a lot of guys that use the fast repair right there, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys shape up as we go back green. As you see the juice gonna come out, guys deciding where they want to go, high or low. Looks like the 74 takes the bottom right there. Lurking Tom takes the top. Seth taking the bottom. Just with about 50 to go here, it'll be interesting to see how hard these guys push it, especially the guys that use that fast repair. I know the 18 had to probably use one. The 19 had to use one. We'll see what they can do right here.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So you might as well burn it up now, because there is a chance that we can have some significant green flag racing that'll last us to the finish. There's no more scheduled caution. So if you're gonna use it, you might as well use it now. That's my mentality on it. Now, with that being said, they're probably gonna all wreck going into turn 1, but um, you know, it is what it is. And as we look through this field, you have the 61 car, a car that um, really he won his heat and ran really well in stage 1. He's mired back there. He's in 5th place now, and Toby Estes right behind him. And then you got the 18 car right behind him. So as the 74 takes off, he gaps the car. Really good restart again. 9 car blinks bad, but he's still here. And 14 car will slot into Tom Sears in the 14 car will slot into 2nd place.
Yeah, Tom Sears there at the right time with 50 to go. This is the time to go. 50 to go. This is where you start to really push the car. You realize you probably got one more good pit stop left in you. So you've got to go now, got to get as many positions as you can. So when you get to that final pit stop with hopefully about 20, 25 to go, you pretty much got the track position to try to, compete for a win.
He's competing for a win right now, along with the 74 car, the 9, the 61, and now, don't look now, but the 19 car is in 5th position. Got that car back up. Hopefully his internet stays up and he can compete for the end of this race. But yeah, I mean, this is really shaping up to be an awesome race as we come to 100 laps completed, 47 to go here.
Yeah, 47 to go, and I'm looking back in the field a little bit. The 19 gets really, really loose at the 61. They make contact. 19 comes back. Oh, he's going to make. Oh, what a save by the 19. He kept it low. That could have been a huge caution, but man, that will kill the 19's chances possibly of winning this race.
Tough break, tough break. I also saw the 18 car get into a guy there. It looks like he got some damage on that right front, but continues on. As we kind of move back to the front here, just checking up on this. 74 car still leading with the 14 car in tow. Looks like the 14 car has gained a little bit on him, but might just be the 74 is pacing himself a little bit here.
Yeah, Jeremy, very consistent. We've got probably the two most consistent guys in ARCs, 1 and 2 right now. Jeremy Brial and Tom Sears. They're both just very consistent guys you always see in that top 5. I know it took Tom a little bit to get used to iRacing, but here lately he's been on his game. He was on his game when we raced in Xbox. Now he's really on his game here as we've gotten into about the middle part of our season.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, he had one. It didn't take him long to get up to speed, but he's kind of got some new equipment, and it's taken him a little bit to kind of get adjusted. But now that he's got it dialed in, he is he's been on a mission. He almost won. These two guys competed for the win at Indy in TNT. I think Lurkin was kind of reeling Jeremy in late in the race, wasn't able to do it, and Jeremy got the win. Tom Sears coming home second. Tom Sears trying to reverse that today here in A squared.
Yeah, he is, and it just looks like he gains a little bit and then loses a little bit. He's cut it down, just under a quarter of a second, and then looks like he gains it, and then Jeremy just pulls him a little bit more.
Right. It looks like the 14 car might be a little bit struggling a little bit loose off. And Jeremy's just really smooth coming off there. But don't look now, but the guy that's kind of hanging in there in third place, Joshua Gaiman, that 61 car, he was good at the start of this race. Kind of faded after the first stage there. He was giving Toby a run for his money at the start. And, we'll see if he's able to kind of work his way up there. Behind him, Tommy Reynolds in the 7 car, trying kind of going through the field here. 9 car of Seth Wansing in the 5th position. Jacob Blankenship, a guy who won stage 1 and stage 2. He's kind of taking his time working through this field here. He's already 3.5 seconds behind the leader, so he's got to make some moves as he goes around the 9 car of Seth Wansing.
Yeah, he does, and now's like I said, the time you got to make as much track position as possible because you're gonna have at least one more pit stop. Probably your final pit stop's coming up pretty soon. Just need to get as much as you can. All you can is now. So, as it looks like Seth bounces off the wall a little bit, able to keep it going, but you know, get within a second and a half, so maybe you can run it hard that last part of the stage to try to get maybe a top 5 or a top 3 or something like that. 85 running in the top 5 right now, but trying maybe to get to that top 3. But I'll tell you right now, that 61 is cut it within half of a second right there.
Yeah, 61 car is on the move for sure. He's definitely reeling in these 2 cars ahead of him. Maybe the 2 cars, the 14 and the 74, kind of burned up their stuff a little bit trying to race for the lead. Looks like we had a crash. James Kerr.
Yeah, Kerr into the inside wall at the start finish line. Looks like he got loose off. One car able to keep it green. Hate it for James Kerr. James Kerr, who's got a win, so he's locked into the playoffs. So this is, he wrecks again, unfortunately. So just went to worse for James Kerr tonight.
Tough break for James. Solid racer. Good teammate too. Good to have him here in ARCs. But yeah, we got a battle for the lead here. 14 car looking low on the 74 car. Not able to do it. Kind of has to abort his pass there, and looks like he lost a little bit of ground to 74. And that 61 car is there. Joshua Gaiman is right on his bumper.
And I'll tell you right now, these 3 guys, they start to race hard. That's going to let that 85 slowly reel back in. I know he's 2 seconds away right now, but these guys start to push it really, really hard. I know green flag pit stops are kind of within a few laps from now, but I know, like I said, it's time to go. It's time to roll up the sleeves, go to work.
The fastest car that lap, well, second fastest car of that lap was Briley Wright. I'm sorry, was Jacob Blankenship with a 30.6 to the leaders 30.83 and 30.89 respectively
Caution is
between
out.
Jeremy. Oh, caution is out. That changes everything. Looks like an issue with Tommy Reynolds. Let's see if we could see what happened here. He's got some significant damage to that right side. Let's rewind. Let's try this. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, guys.
Looks like Reynolds got loose off the corner, and Briley Wright had nowhere to go but go right into the back of him. Maybe he got tight, not loose. He got tight, bounced off the wall. Briley right into the back of him. The 19 Toby was able to miss him, but tough break for Tommy Reynolds and for Briley Wright. Looks like he lost the front end of his car. I know we saw it documented that he had to use one of his fast repairs earlier. So just once again, a tough break. Briley has been super fast over the last probably 3 to 4 weeks, but just has not been able to complete a full race. Just in all our series, he's just almost there. I feel like he's within just needs a good complete finish, and he's going to be battling for wins week in and week out.
Most definitely. He's been fast. The problem is he never seems to finish this race with a front bumper. I mean, every broadcast I've seen it has that front bumper missing. I mean, he leaves it all on the track. Hopefully, he's got a fast repair here that he can use, or maybe that damage isn't significant enough. Looks like he's peeling off a pit road. Doesn't feel like that is too much damage, while the 7 of Tommy Reynolds is sitting trying to take some optional damage here.
Yeah, that looks like, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like the 61 won the race off of pit road. Not sure if he took 2, if he took 4. I just know maybe he didn't take as much fuel as the rest of these guys. But 61 will be our new leader when we go back green.
61 did win the race off of pit road. Looks like he may have taken 2 because his pit stop was 4.5 seconds faster than anybody else's. So I would bet you that is the case. But we'll see here. Those tires are going to definitely show in the long run. So, it's interesting that call there, because he was running down the 74 and the 14. And if that caution didn't come out, I probably would have bet that he would have gotten those guys. But to take 2 tires and get that track position, interesting call. And I'm eager to see how that pans out there.
Yeah, it could be possibly one of these things. He realized as well, the fuel may be tight right here. Like I said, not sure what their fuel mileage is for this race, but it could be that we're maybe looking at another pit stop, one of those where, hey, listen, I'm going to take 2 right here. Maybe we'll get a bunch of crashes and maybe pit with about 15 to go kind of scenario, or just, hey, I've got a good enough car on the 2 tires that I think I can hold these guys off. So it looks like our choose cone will be out this time.
Sorry, I didn't have the correct overlays up, but we got the guy sitting in 4th position before the choose cone. He's going to take the bottom here. Toby Estes. He's recovered from, what do you call that, a lag out? I don't know.
A half lag out.
A half lag out. And missed this, wasn't being scored, went almost a lap down, and is now recovered back into the top 5. He's got 3 guys around him, probably 4, I'd say, along with Jacob Blankenship, the 4 fastest guys in the field tonight are in that top 4. Joshua Gaiman, Tom Sears, Jeremy Briol, and Toby Estes in that 19 car. Interesting to see Donald Ray still mired back in the pack in 14th place. I don't know. Maybe he just hasn't gotten a handling on that car. Our last week winner at Dover, I know he was really looking forward to this race, but doesn't look like it's gone the way he's wanted it to.
No, it hasn't. As we get ready to go green, I'm just looking at an 18 without a front bumper. Don't know what that's going to do in Arrow. As we're green flag and a good start by the 61 and 74-19.
Great start by the 61. These leaders have been getting tremendous starts. Oh, as the 74 kind of gets into the door of the 14. Both cars save it. 14 car still chasing it.
Wow, what a save and what a turn of events with 30 laps to go.
30 to go. We got the 19 car, 18 car, and second and third. One car has a bumper, one does not. Doesn't seem like it's affecting that 18 car too much. Maybe on this long run it'll show, but he's able to maintain in third position there.
Yeah, he is. Looks a little different on our screen as it gets loose right there. Maybe the effects of it right there starting to wear thin as the 18 gets really, really loose. And now here we go.
Oh God,
they're still wrecking. Big wreck right there.
big wreck between the 21 and the 14. That's going to bring out a caution. It looked like they were trying to avoid the 18 car. 18 car slow. 21 car trying to make it 3 wide and go under the 99 a stitch, while the 14 was under the 21. And that's just horrible luck for Tom Sears. I think he's got a fast repair left. I hope he does. If not, I will try to get him to join us in the booth. But yeah, tough break.
Yeah, very tough break for Tom Sears. Just that's how quick it can happen on a turn of a dime right there. Just interesting how the luck can change, in one corner, put you in wrecking or almost wrecking, you save it, then you get trapped in the middle of the pack toward the end of the race. These guys are hungry and just unfortunate events for Tom Sears.
Yeah, really tough break. I mean, those are teammates there. So, oh, James Kerr says his wheelbase shut off, and he had some issues there coming at it too. So tough break for him. He's always really fast there, but obviously he's out of this race. Along with, looks like David Hawk is a couple laps down now. He may have burned his fast repair earlier on. So unfortunate for him. Looks like those are teammates getting together there. So definitely going to be interesting to see how that pans out during the week. They may have a trip to the hauler after that, Dustin.
Yeah, possibly. You never know, guys. We'll talk about it. Maybe if they're teammates in team chat, they can kind of square it away right then and there. So maybe they can fix that. But just interesting to see what guys pitted and what guys did not pit. Like I said, 30 to go. We're getting close. I think we probably will be okay on fuel from here. So just interesting to see the back half of the field come in. Definitely you saw the 14 had to come in. The 74 thought maybe it's just a good idea. Go ahead and come in, got shuffled to the back. So be interested to see if they can make their way up with probably about 26, 27 to go.
Yeah, a guy that we haven't talked much about, but has really been turning it on lately. Elrich George had a really good run last night in the trucks. I believe he finished in the top 5, and had a really good run in SNS last week as well, if I'm not mistaken. He came down pit road and topped off as well. We had Rich Catania, Tommy Withers, Tom Sears, obviously, with that damage. Looks like he had a fast repair, fortunate for him. Jeremy Brialt in the 74, Kevin Feemster in the 8, who looks like he went through a fast repair, and Donald Ray. All those guys, oh, I'm sorry, Kevin Feemster did not come down pit road, but all those other guys I mentioned came down pit road at lap 117, whether for fresh tires or to top off for fuel. But I wonder if they now are at the point where they know that they can make it and they could go hard from here through to the end of the race.
Yeah, be interesting right here. Listening to our president Ryan Pinnell kind of called himself Rick Weir Racing out there tonight. He just had a bad night. Just love listening to the race chat. Sometimes we're choosing right here with about 28 to go. It's interesting to see who takes the bottom. Looks like Seth and the 85 will take the bottom right here as the 61 and 19 will take the top. Just the 99 staying up top. Nobody, not many people taking the bottom. It looks like Tristan Catania comes all the way back from about, I think he was eighth, all the way back. It looks like he'll be lined up right here about fifth place or,
Yeah,
yeah, about fifth place.
he's going to start fifth. Really interesting call by some of these guys to all take the high side. But Tristan Catania moving all the way up to fifth place, and he's got a damaged car of Bradley Wright, one row back to his outside. So not a bad move for him if he thinks that 18 car may be down a little bit on power.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure. 18 looked like it was struggling once they went green, but it'd be interesting to see if Tristan can get around him quickly. And then up here, like I said, Seth, starting on the inside, see if he can make a nice run on the 61 for the lead going into one.
Tommy Withers, another guy. He's there on the bottom of row 4 as we get ready to go green here. 61 car, our control car. Great jump once again for the leader. I mean, that's been happening all race. Toby Estes battling hard on that outside for the second position. Will he be able to take it? Looks like he does pretty easily. Nine car now backing up in front of the 85. Going to check up the 85 a little bit as they come off of turn 2.
Yeah, 85 doing a good job.
Wreck in the back.
Hitting the wall. Not sure who that was,
Oh!
but it looks like two cars.
Tommy Withers spun, and then it looked like another car had spun, and that
Still
Kevin
green right
Feemster.
here. Still green.
Wow.
Not sure if they're gonna throw a caution. May call it two separate incidents. 19 gets loose. 19 gets loose again. We got a driver up toward the top, almost wreck it, and still have not thrown a caution. Here them are debating if they're gonna throw a caution or not, but right now no caution.
Oh, I apologize for that. We missed that because I thought a caution was out, and I was looking back for that replay. But we totally missed Toby Estes getting loose there. He went from second to now being scored in 7th. And listen, I mean, you get one or two mulligans a race, but Toby, man, he has had a rough go of it. I mean, obviously has had plenty of speed, plenty of long run speed in that car, plenty of short run speed in that car, but he just not that he's making mistakes, but he just continues to have issues, and there's only so much you can overcome here. As we got 24 to go, as the 7 gets super loose and hits the bottom of the track. If guys keep doing that in the front, he'll be able to work his way up, Toby. But this 7 car,
guys are just pushing it now. It's time to go. You got to give it all you can, and pretty much now is especially if you're not running for points or something like that. You want to get a win or get a better position, and even if you are running for points, you're trying to get all you can to make these playoffs. So just like I said, hate to see the 7 hit the wall. Looks like he's on pit road now. Kevin Feemster got involved in the wreck. Looks like he's out of the race, and they're slowly dwindling away with 22 to go.
That last lap, it was interesting to see. I moved to the top, this 14 car of Tom Sears in 7th place here. He just ran the fastest lap of anybody in the race. The only car to be under 37s at a 29.97. And it just goes to show you, like, Tom Sears, as the race goes on, he gets better. And, here we go. Another fast lap, 29.96. So Jeremy with a 30.07. That's his fastest lap of the race. These guys are really turning it on here. The problem is, do these guys have enough time? The 18 car getting loose there, getting into the wall, allowing 3 cars to pass him. The 61 car still leads. Now over the 85 car, Jacob Blankenship, who's dominated stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, it's where the 61 has a big lead right here. Joshua Gaiman, he can kind of just set his pace. Caution
is out. 99 car of Alex Simkowski has wrecked. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened here. It looks like he just got loose coming off the corner, overcorrects, goes back in front of the track. Oh, man, who's that? Jonathan Homebrink again. Like I said, the guy has terrible luck. But that, I mean, to be honest with you, that looked like less of a caution than the previous one. But either way, we got a caution here with with about, what, 20 to go? It's hard to tell from my overlays,
Yeah,
but
yeah, about 20. It'd be about 18 to go, somewhere around there. 17 when we go back green.
so definitely interesting here. This kind of changes it all up, especially with, like we said earlier, with the choose cone. Guys can move from the back to the front, like we saw Tristan Catania do. Um, and you don't want to be on that bottom, but if you're going to take 3 spots, give me the spots. I don't care what lane I'm in. As we got everybody looking to come down pit road here, except maybe Jacob Blankenship. Looks like he's the only one that stayed out here.
Yeah, one of those he feels like to get this lead. He'd rather get in the lead than take the tires and risk not getting out first.
I like this call here because with the way things have been going, there's a chance that we have a rash of cautions that allows him to kind of the tires to really even out here, and that he could kind of just check out on these restarts and in a green white checker situation, and hold off those guys. We saw at the end of stage 1 where he stayed out and was able to hold those guys off who had come down pit road. So I really like this call by Jacob. He's got a fast car to begin with, so going to be interesting to see how this works out.
Yeah, it is, and it'd be really interesting to see if he can hold these guys off. We got a lot of lap cars that are behind him right now that will drop to the rear. Second place right now looks like it's Donald Ray. We've talked about him before, how he's been really good here. Has he been really just using a different strategy of laying back, letting these guys, tear each other up, or is it just one of those he's going to take a gamble right here and see what he can do with it?
Donald Ray, yeah, he's at the best spot he's been all race. He's up 15 positions from the start of the race, our biggest mover right now. But like you said, I mean, let's see how this works out. I mean, he's got old tires, but if there's somebody that's going to be able to make it work, I think my money would be on Jacket, aka Donald Ray.
Yeah, get ready to come to the choose cone here. It's this time you'll see guys throw stuff in there that maybe wouldn't throw earlier. Um, Looking for the 19, the 9, the 74, the 14. They've all been fast. See if they can do anything with the 85. I know with the 5 staying out, the 61 strategy is probably go wherever the 5 does not go to try to get track position on him going into a corner, especially with the 5 possibly on older tires.
Yeah, I could see that being the strategy of the 61. It's going to be interesting to see how things work out further back in the pack. If you're in a 9 car, you've been going high all race. Do you go high again? If you're in the 19 car, he's been super fast, but he's also been struggling getting loose. Does he stick to the high side? 74 car, 14, I believe, is behind him. I mean, those guys are going to go where the guys in front of him aren't. So 5 car going low, 61 going high, Seth going low, 19 car going low. Interesting call there from Toby. I thought Toby would take the high lane there, but maybe he committed too early. But looks like he'll be starting in the 6th position. The 61 car with the freshest tires of the bunch. He'll be restarting on the outside of row 2. He's going to get a good restart because, well, he should get a good restart because he's right behind the 85. He's going to be able to tell exactly when the 85 is going.
Yeah, it'll be interesting right here to see what the 19 can do with the 5 with the slow tires on the inside. But us not getting the good restart right there, the leader getting the launch first will stack up the bottom. It'll be interesting to see how that bottom fares on this restart. It'll probably be a winner for the guy like the 74 of Jeremy, who may be able to gain some spots as we get ready to go green here.
There you go. 85 car taken off immediately. I was going to say that's what he's been doing all race when he's in the lead. But, he brought that 61 car with him who's got the fresh tires. So we'll see how this works out. 74 gets super loose going in between 1 and 2, but able to save it. Kind of stacks up the 9 behind him. 5 car getting past. 19 car to his bottom. 14 car making up space, making up ground as well.
For the lead right here with the 61 all over the 85 as we come to 15 to go.
15 to go at the line. 61.85. Fresh tires, old tires. Darlington. It doesn't get much better than this. 61 looking low coming out of the corner. 85 looking to block a little bit. Oh, one car in the wall. Who is that? That was Jeremy Briol. Jeremy Briol
Jeremy hit
slammed the
hard.
wall. We got some guys in the back who are stacking up. Looks like we're having a wreck. That's a caution. That's
Yep, caution
48
is
car,
out.
7. Oh, Elridge George in the 40 coming through. That's a tough break for him. Tough break there. That was a hard hit for some of those guys. Here we go. I believe it starts with Tristan. Oh no, it started ahead of Tristan. Looked like it started with Cody Riggs or ahead of Cody Riggs, and these guys just piled in. It's weird, you know. Darlington's such a excuse me. It's such a wide track, but really it's also super narrow too. With the way that these cars come off the corner, and there's not much space to go. I mean, you could pull it down to the inside, but it's treacherous down there.
Yes, it is. It's really, really treacherous and just a gaggle of cars in that wreck right there. Unfortunate for those guys, just tough racing. Like I said, at the end, it's gonna be tough.
Jeremy Briel bringing it down pit road. He's one of the only takers here. Everybody else seems to have pit at lap 128, with the exception of Donald Ray, who pit at lap 117, and Jacob Blankenship, who last pit at 111. So a lot of these guys have fresh rubber. I believe Jeremy's probably thinking he's going to do the same here. Maybe get some damage repaired. Looked like he got super loose. He got a bit loose coming off the corner there. So we'll see. Let's see if we can get somebody in the booth. Who should we drag? Hold on.
Let's drag the 9 car.
The 9 car of Seth Wansing. All right. Or let me see here. Seth Wansing, Thomas Andrews, and Dustin Payne in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, buddy.
Dustin, you take it away, man. You wanted him in here.
Seth, you're running third. These two guys are racing hard. What is your strategy to try to get around these two guys with probably about 11 laps to go?
I'm just gonna try to maybe see what they do. If I have a run, I'm gonna take it. I'm also gonna try to be careful. I got 2 really fast race cars behind me. I'd say the top 5 or 6 guys right now, minus Jeremy. He just pitted, but we've all been pretty even all day. Hopefully just get a good restart, man. Restarts have been tricky, especially for me. If you're that second or third lane where I've been most of the day, third or fourth, it's just hard to gauge. So I'm just gonna try to bring it home in one piece. So. But I know you guys are getting a show, and I'm having a lot of fun. Typically not a Darlington fan, but I've had a really good run today, surprising myself, and hopefully we can maybe steal us a win here.
All right, man. Good luck as you choose the cone here.
Appreciate you, buddy. Y'all have fun.
Good luck, Seth. I'm going to move you back to, I believe, race control. All right. Make sure he's in the right spot. No, I put him in the wrong spot. Great. Hang on. Where'd he go? Oh, no, he's in the right spot. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're coming up to the choose cone here. Good to hear from Seth there. 85 car in the catbird seat here, but the 61 with fresh tires. I mean, it looked like he was going to eat him up there, Dustin.
Yeah, it did. It really did. It looks like, he's going to need some green flag runs here, as it looks like. It's probably the smart move with the 61 to stay on the outside of, pretty much go when the 85 goes, and you probably will be at least to the door of the 9 when we go green, into 1 and off of 2, and then you just try to work from there. It's going to take about 3 laps for the 61 to really get a run on the 85.
Most definitely. That 61 car is definitely going to try to stay glued to that 85's bumper. Something that I wanted to mention at that restart is the 85 seems to go early in all of these restarts, almost as soon as that pace car pulls off. If I'm the 61 car, I am glued to his bumper as soon as that pace car pulls off, because that's what he's done every restart here. Now he may switch it up, but I mean, you got to be on your toes here from the start.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you've seen the restart after restart. You pretty much know what he's going to do. As we get ready to go green right here, green flag is out. 85 with a nice restart again. 9 car with a good restart, able to get in front of the 61. That's going to slow that momentum of that fresh tires of the 61. With the 14 coming inside, here comes Lurkin Tom Gaming.
I told you, Lurkin is on a mission. He has run, he's running 29.96, along with Toby Estes as the fastest laps in the race. But this is the best case scenario for Jacob Blankenship right now. He's probably going to need another caution there, because I think the guys behind him are a little bit faster than him. But to have these guys battle, and even though that 14 car might be the fastest car on the field, he may be a sitting duck, but that was kind of his shot. He needed these guys to battle a little bit. So
14 is there. 14 gets loose off the corner. He was right there. He's within a car length. 14 just needs to settle down a little bit. You can see him right there. He eats him up coming off the corner. Gains 2 to 3 to 4 car lengths coming off the corner. Right there, you see the 85 pushing. Gets a little loose himself. Right here, 14. Tom Sears just got to be patient. He's got the faster car. Just needs to set him up. Got plenty of time. I know what Tom's thinking. Caution could come out. That can ruin my chance, but he's there, Tommy.
He's there, and in last lap, he
big
was about.
caution behind him. Big wreck takes out a ton of cars.
Oh, man. Looks like Seth Wansing in the 9. That's might have been where it started from. Commentator's curse there. Let's see. Let's kind of go back a little bit. Oh, gotta go back a little bit more. Let's see here. Looks like the 9 car's on the apron and shoots back up the track right in front of the 74 car. Nowhere for the 74 to go. Nowhere for the 5 to go. And wow. 2 really strong cars there going for it. That might be an incident for the hauler after the race.
Yeah, it's one of those difficult things right there. I know that 9 and 74 are teammates and stuff like that. So
That is true.
I know there's some guys that may be a little frustrated afterward with the situation, but that's just like I said. That's
Part of it.
Darlington racing there toward the end.
It's interesting because Jeremy had come back down pit road because he was having handling issues, or that's what it seemed. And he kind of put himself in a situation where he was behind a lot of the cars that maybe he would have been in front of if he stayed out. So unfortunate break for him, but kind of makes you think, like, would he have been in that scenario if he came down pit road? But it could have happened it could have happened in the front, and he would have avoided it if he came down pit road. So just by circumstances that happened, but tough break for him. As we go back to the lead here, 85 once again. I mean, I hate to say bailed out, but that 14 car was reeling him in. He was there. He was catching him about 0.2 a lap, easy. And I think he was a sitting duck, and this caution definitely saved him. Now, if you're the 14 car, I would think you would take the bottom here, right? But then you got the 19 car who's going to slide in behind the 85 of Jacob Blankenship, and then you got a race for second place. So I don't know.
It's one of those, I think like you said before, you got to be up on the 85's bumper. You've got to look for that wheel spin as soon as you see those back tires go. You've got to go. I mean, as soon as you see that back move at all, you've got to go. You've got to shove him to get past the guy that's on the bottom. If I'm the guy on the outside, if I'm Lurkin or Tom Sears, I don't know. I love probably to be on the top side, not on the bottom, just because how quick the 85 was able to get a good restart. But it didn't work out last time for Seth Watson. It worked out for Seth for a little bit. He was able to clear the guy on the outside, and he was able to stay up there for a lap. And then of course it ended pretty rough for Seth there at the end.
I agree with you. I think that being on the outside behind the leader is definitely a little bit more advantageous than the bottom. But do you want to give the bottom to maybe one of the fastest, arguably the fastest car here in Toby Estes? I mean, obviously he's had his ups and downs, connection issues, getting loose, but getting involved in wrecks, but he's clearly been one of the top 2 or 3 fastest cars. Obviously, he's got he's got fresh tires. He came down the same time as Tom Sears. So, I mean, well, here we go.
Yep.
Tom Sears takes the bottom. Donald Ray also takes the bottom. And the 19 car of Jacob Blankenship, of Toby Estes takes the top. A guy that we haven't talked about that's in bottom of the 3rd row, Richie Catania. Awesome looking car. He's got fresh tires too. Him and Tristan behind him both have fresh tires. Lap 134. So you never know. You don't know what's going to happen here. We have 3 attempts at a green white checker. Hopefully we could end it before then, but this doesn't count. This doesn't count as a green white checker. So we may have 3 more of these.
As you can see, a lot of these cars are starting to look like modified cars in the back right here. Honestly, from about the 19 back, there's a lot of cars that have a little bit of damage, pretty much, or a whole lot of damage.
Right. I mean, and just a plug, we run modifieds on Monday, not on Sundays. But here we go, green. Great restart for the 85. Looks like the 14 was sleeping there. 19 car with a good restart onto the outside of the 14 car. About 0.4 of a second separating first and second here. 14 car loose in the corner. Can he clear Toby Estes in the 19? No, Toby's staying high on the outside.
More than this. 85.
Oh, 19 in the wall, 14 in the wall.
Oh, big wreck.
Big wreck behind
out again. That was one of those they knew one or the other had. Oh, Jacob Blankenship. Oh, my goodness. I saw him blink there for a minute, and I thought he was out. The screen went set out on my end, and then it brought him back.
That would have been tragic 2 weeks in a row, but luckily that is not the case for Jacob. Unfortunately, Tom Sears, Toby Estes, not what they wanted to see.
Yeah, it's just one of those. You have to go now to get clear of a driver so you can try to run the 85 down with the not so fresh tires, and that was just one of those guys just went hard right there.
Let's see them coming out of the corner here. Let's see if we get a little bit of a better angle. Looked like Toby kind of just got in the wall and made no contact with the 14, but the 14 was pulling down, turning to the left a little bit too much, coming off that corner. And looks like he just got loose, overcorrected, and both these guys just spinning across the field. Really fortunate that they didn't have more guys wreck behind him. Obviously, Donald Ray got in a little bit here. Tough break for him. Looks like the 48 of Tristan Catania and the 24 of Richie Catania was able to skate through, along with the 99 of Alex Simkowski. So, like you said, a couple more modifieds in this field going forward.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how this is all working out here at the end. Now it's who has what left to even challenge for the 85. I really love the 85's chances now. Some of the guys that were really, really tough are pretty much out of contention for this race.
Now, this will be the first attempt at a green white checker. Another thing that maybe we haven't thought about until now is what's the fuel situation on the 85 car? He last pit at lap 111. We are at lap 170? No, I'm sorry. We're at lap, 145? I'm sorry. My overlays do not show the lap. But either way, I mean, 60% fuel load, I don't know. But it's just one more monkey wrench in this scenario here where we don't know what's going to happen.
We really don't. And,
stay tuned.
Yeah, now we have new faces up at the front to give the 85 a challenge to 99 of Alex Simkowski. You know, you got Rich Catania and his brother Tristan Catania. Pretty much, you know, the brothers right there. They're gonna be fighting each other to try to get up there and try to push the 85 and try to get a win and try to get their way into the playoffs.
Real quick, let's bring Alex Simkowski in here and see if we get a chat with him. Alex Simkowski, Thomas Andrews, and Dustin Peter in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
How are you doing, buddy? This is a wild race. Half the cars out there look like modifieds. Obviously, Darlington is going to be a tough track. How you feeling about this?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of time in this car at this track. I did well last year and screwed myself on a pit road entrance. So I'm grateful to even be up here, to be honest. So this restart is gonna
Here's
be
the keys right
key,
here.
and
Oh, choose
yeah,
going, choose going. Yep.
we'll
Sorry.
see. No, I know. I was in my head going, I don't even know what I should do there. So yeah, we'll see how this restart goes, and are we gonna get another caution or not? But I don't know, I had a decent race, and then I got loose off of 4 and got smoked by home brake, blew my motor, somehow made it back, got the faster pair, and I don't know how I made it all the way back up here. So let's see what happens.
All right.
Good luck,
Well,
bud.
good luck going forward. Hopefully, these guys have enough fuel to make it to the end. I have no idea. But
We all should have plenty.
all right, cool. Well, good luck. And, you know, that car in front of you, Joey Logano, he made a move today that won him the race. So maybe you should do the same.
I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
All right, I'm going to move it.
Good luck.
Good luck, bud.
All right.
But Alex Simkowski there in the 99. He'll be restarting second on the outside here. Once again, this restart, you got to be glued up to his bumper because that 85 car goes early every single time. But now there's new players up here. Another real early
85,
restart.
a great start again. 24 able to clear the 99. We'll see if the 24 has anything. He's got to make a lot of ground up in about a lap.
Here he goes. Jacob Blankenship. Oh, he's blinked real bad. I thought he blinked out for a second there. Richie Catania on his bumper. Richie Catania hungry for his first iRacing win here. He's going to throw it into turn 3. Clearing
He's
him.
there. 85 goes back underneath him right here, coming to the white flag. Oh, they make contact. 24 gets loose. 24 able to save it, but that was probably the winning pass right there for the 85.
Most definitely the winning pass there. It looks like the 99 is in second, but he's going to be no competition. The gap is just too much for one lap to go. Next caution ends the race, but we're going to bring it back down to the checkered 85 car in the 22 scheme. Making it work here, bringing it home. Jacob Blankenship first, second Alex Simkowski, third Richie Catania, followed by his brother Tristan Catania in the 48 car.
Donald Ray with a top 5 right there, and Toby Estes coming in 6th. Cody Riggs 7th, Tom Sears 8th, Jeremy Brialt 10th, and Joshua Gaiman the top 10. So great race right there overall. Don't know if we have Jacob Blankenship in our Discord or not, but we'll try to pull these top 3 guys into the booth when they're done with their celebrations.
Heck of a comeback for Cody Riggs in that 3 car. I mean, to come back in 7th place after being multiple laps down, way to stick with it. Just proves to show that you could come back and you could finish pretty well here without wrecking the car. Just sticking with it. Now, as I ramble on about Cody Riggs, we got the 85 car doing some awesome burnouts here. We're gonna pay attention to this. Maybe get a little bit of a better angle, and hopefully get an interview from Jacob. We will be right back. All right, guys, we're back here with our third place finisher, Richie Catania. Richie, heck of a run for you, buddy. I don't know really what to say other than that was a run. I didn't see that one coming. Let's just put it that way. So, kind of tell me about your bit race. Tell me how it started versus how it ended and how you got there.
Yeah, so I didn't see that one coming either, Tommy. I just knew that I had to be defensive and stay clean the entire race. Hung back. I was, mid-pack to majority of the race and started moving forward just through the cautions and people wrecking out. And, when it came to like 10 to go, I was in the top 5 and I'm like, well, I was talking to my brother and I said, let's try to win this thing. So starting on the inside, I knew I had to go for it quick and get a good run. And I did just that. I just unfortunately overdrove it going into 3 and slipped up and gave him the inside. And then I just unfortunately was super loose coming off 4. But a top 3 at Darlington was something that I did not see tonight by any means. So this is a win for me and great job to the other 2 guys, Alex and Jacob. So great job tonight, guys, and appreciate you broadcasting this, Tommy. This is awesome.
Yeah, no problem. Had a lot of help from Dustin, but good job on that. Way to keep your nose clean. I think maybe you got in a couple incidents, but nothing really too major that I noticed at least. I don't even know. Did you burn your fast repair?
Just actually with about 20 to go. I think boss got loose and came up into me, and I was like, you know what, I need a clean car going into the end, so I used it, and thankfully it paid off, and I was able to get to the front.
Well, good for you. Way to keep those fenders on that. We saw a lot of modifieds out there, so yours wasn't one. So good job, and I'm going to give it to Dustin. We're a second place finisher.
Alex, you got P2 right there, just a little bit short on Jacob. Overall, it looked like you had an incident early in the race to kind of put you backwards, and then just your up and down day. Just explain how that went throughout this race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, since I'm more of a part-time in A squared, I think this was the first one I didn't have to go to the LCQ for, and honestly, so it was my best starting spot this year for me, starting I think 12th. So, um, I knew if cars were going to be loose and they were going to have some issues, I wanted to just try to stay clean and hope for the best, really. Talking with the teammates and everything throughout the race, and it worked for the most part. And then I got loose off of 4 with Ryan. He was around me; it wasn't an issue or anything, but got loose and spun, tapped the wall, and I'm just like, I'm hoping don't anybody hit me. And I think it was Homebrink smoked me. So I don't know how I didn't. I stayed out, blew the motor, coasted clutch in from turn 2 to my stall, didn't go a lap down, and was back in I believe 12th when I came out. So I was like, well, this is it. It's over. And next thing I know, it was just right place, right time, I guess, with the wrecks in front of me and driving through those and got me to that point to be P2 there and have a shot for the win at least. And unfortunately, just a little too short. Lost that spot to Richie there on that restart, and that cost me a little bit of time. But overall, it was a fun race, and props to Jacob for that win, and Richie. I mean, Richie started 20th. I'm looking at it now, so awesome run from him too. So yeah, I guess now we wait for next week.
Yeah, good run. I know you run a part-time schedule with your work and all, so it's good to see you come in and put on a good show for everybody that was watching at home. But Tommy, I know we don't have our winning driver tonight, but Jacob Blankenship kind of stole everything tonight. Won stage 1, stage 2, and then won the race, but really had to earn it here at the end. Just a tough battle between him, Richie, and Alex for the battle for the championship for the win tonight. So just take us home for the end tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, definitely. We what a race. We had a lot of action. It obviously wasn't short on action. It was Jacob did a great job winning stage 1, stage 2. Had the right strategy call at the end. Maybe didn't have the fastest car in the end, but he kept the tires underneath it. Didn't slide the tires, and was able to have the right strategy there and a good enough car to bring it home P1. So unfortunately, he's not in the Discord with us, so we can't get I would love to have him in the booth. I was actually trying to get him in the middle of the race, but couldn't find him. But either way, shout out to him, and also shout out to Richie and Alex for coming home first and second and third. And then a lot of really fast guys here. We saw some comers and goers. We saw Tom Sears had a really fast car there at the end. Looked like he was going to win it for a little bit. Toby was really fast. Looked like he was going to win it. We had the 61 car of, drawing a blank here. Joshua Gaiman. He was super fast there. Tommy Reynolds showed that he was fast at times. Seth Wansing was in there. Jeremy Briel. We had a lot of players in this race, and just wild how it finished there. So with that said, thank you everybody for watching the stream, for sticking it out with us. Hopefully Clayton's feeling better. Hopefully you can watch this and enjoy it, and hopefully he'll be back next week. So you guys could have a better quality broadcast than